Here we are. Welcome to the 2025 Noob Experience. First off, some of you may know me, some of you may not. I'm Andrew Zamboni. I'm gonna flex this, but verified creator for Immortal Online 2. About July of 2024, I decided to buy and start trying this very game right here, Mortal Online 2, and it took me. It took me, and it brought me to a place that I had never really thought that I would ever be able to find in gaming. And I finally felt like I found my home in a video game. First off, the actual game itself being a MMORPG already took me. The second being a first-person, open world fantasy, medieval fantasy with a mix of, melee weapons and magic. That took me as well. The different varieties of races you can get and different abilities you can get as well that don't play a super big role in the world, like as far as overpowering wise, but are definitely able to use and integrate in different versions of being able to do PvP and PvE combat. This game has taken me, and since it's 2025 and we did our brand new player experience last year, I wanted to be able to try to replicate as close as we can something like that this year. One thing we're going to do is we're going to try to focus on making this playthrough and this experience something as organic as possible. With that being said, the only thing that I've changed in this very moment is graphic settings, just to make the game run a little bit better on my end. Number two, we're not going to be taking any handouts or playing with anybody or doing anything. We're going to try to make everything else as organic experience as possible. And that's as far as changing UI, changing binds. I'm going to try not to give as much advice on what to do, on how to tell you or any new players that might be playing on how to play, purely because with this game in specific, this is one of those games where every single player has everything set up differently for themselves. You'll see what I mean by that throughout this playthrough. What's going to feel comfortable for me is not exactly what's going to feel comfortable for you as a new player. The only way to get a good feel for it and feel what you need and what you're going to be doing and what you're going to be using in this game is if you go and experience it yourself. And I highly recommend, at any time, this game is good for new players. And what's going to make this, there have been a couple implementations into the game that are going to differ from last year's Noob experience and this year's Noob experience. That being said, we're going to try to figure out those differences and how we can try to kind of go take advantage of them in Haven. Meaning I'm going to try to explain as a veteran what this are, but without trying to tell you, the player, how to play, because that's not what I want. Like I said, you're going to have to play this game and have to really get a feel for it to understand how it is you're going to want to play it. There's no right or wrong way to play it. There are a couple of, I can say, like, preferred meta, quote unquote, you could say, builds, but ultimately you're going to build your character exactly how you want to play, and that's totally fine. And that's kind of the bigger grand point of the series, is being able to play exactly what you want to play. With that being said, and this playthrough, we're going to be doing a mage playthrough. So I'm going to kind of play a little bit more of the veteran. Now, I've never played an actual full-on mage. I have a what's called a human hybrid, which is a mix of like heavy armor user, steel weapons, almost similar to like a paladin. Think of it as a paladin, is the best way that I can describe it. So without further ado, here we go. Fresh account, baby, fresh account. Now it already has a pre-build as a Shiva caster. Now one thing I might do really quick, just for this part right here, is I might turn this off, and I might just drag myself here. I don't think there's anything in this area. If anything, I'll move myself around as we need. So, on the left, what it's gonna have is gonna have your total stats of what you can have, right? And this you could use to kind of bear them. Now, in the game, there are pre-made characters that you can use. For example, this was my first ever character. Was this right here, the Thursar Fighter? I went with this. I went with this specific build right here. It is and if you were to go to custom and change the lineage of your build, it would be you would choose your clade here, which your clade is your race, or your actual like is going to determine your actual like abilities in game, and then your race is going to be different. Now the Callard Thursar is the base Thursar Fighter. So that would be that. I'm going to be over explaining. I know to some of you who've like are seeing this for the first time, are like, what in the hell are you talking about? And then you kind of see your bloodline here. We're gonna go now in a separate playthrough. I'm gonna mess with this a little bit, but for right now, I think we're just going to go basic, and we're going to go Shiva Caster. I'm trying to get an idea of what to do, because I believe I'm gonna have to mess with the age in order to make the caster the way that I want to make it. So whenever you mess with any of these traits right here, or whenever you mess with any of these things here, such as like weight, height, all of these stats get affected by that. Your health, stamina, intelligence, constitution, all of it. It all gets changed. It all gets changed no matter what the way you want to do it. It even gives you like an idea of like what you're going to be doing, like health, versatility, magic, speed, things like that. And these are pretty accurate as far as like what you're going to be doing. So for example, the Thursar is going to have the highest physical damage percentage output. You're going to have a 38% melee damage bonus. This says 27. You're going to have more. You're going to have a lot more. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just kind of giving everything a look. Okay, so so this is a pre-build. We're actually gonna go custom here. Me being a veteran player, I do have some specific things that I want to tune, because I am going to be using this character in the actual world. So we're gonna go Alvarin, which is the Elvish race, and we're gonna go full Shiva. I had messed with some things to try to like see if there was a way that we could do like a Shiva or Vila Shiva, and it just seems that overall like the full Shiva is going to be the best for intelligence, and because you're gonna want that you're gonna want the even this, like throwing like one Shiva, like one Vila in there keeps the intelligence at 100. Intelligence at 100 is actually really, really good. Don't have a lot of strength, and it says only 7% melee. Okay, so I'm just kind of tweaking this. So you can see that whenever I change any of these bloodlines right here, it changes a lot of these stats. It changes a lot. So we're doing custom. We're gonna go bloodline here. I think we want to put our age at 60. So whenever you put your age higher in the game, it actually does increase your intelligence. You can actually see my intelligence getting higher and higher. And we want it to get to its peak point. So I believe we want it to be at 60. I think it's 62 is what we want it, because it looks like it has higher psi right there. I think it's 62, because I don't really care for strength. Size, we can actually just go super short, because I'm not really too big into the size. I could really care less on the size, because we're gonna be going as short as we can as possible. So basically, we're gonna be a smaller target, small mage, stuff like that. So we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go skinny to start. I believe so. I think this is what we're gonna do. I was not expecting the mage arc. Surprise, surprise. Andrewski Mage Bony. Coming in hot. I think we're going to go 62. It seems like that's kind of the better one to go. Yeah, because we get Shiver Skinny. Yikes, we're going full Shiver Dex Mage. Yeah. I mean, most Shiver mages these days are skeletal. So for this, I think what we're gonna have to do is go. Yeah, I think we're still gonna have to. Well, I'll explain it. I'll explain it a little bit why. But I think we're gonna go 61 or 62. 62 gives us that one little bit of extra psi, which I think we're gonna go with. So let's go. I'm gonna go strength, and I'll explain why. I'm gonna go strength here. Okay, strength, con, high int, because we're gonna be able to read books faster. Okay, and then eventually we're gonna slowly go lower on the strength as we go, but we're gonna have to start out like a little bit higher. So this is what we're gonna start with right here. We're gonna start with 60 strength. It says 56 strength is the max that we can have, so I'm gonna go 56 there. Go into con then, because psi is not really gonna help us too much. Strength is the highest that we could go. Con would be the next thing because that would be the most amount of health. Okay, so now we get to kind of mess around with the customization, right? Here we go. So let's kind of you know, make him a little dark. I actually may make him purple. I don't really want him to be super dark, but at the same time, it's actually kind of nice whenever he's whenever you're dark like this, you get to actually hide. Placement, mouse shape. What about this jawline? Where's that? I want to have like a nice fucking like jawline. Yeah, like a fucking, yeah, like just cut, lean, just fucking beautiful, man. Not really like a super big nose. You know, kind of cute. You know, we just kind of want him to be like a little cute. You know what I mean? Cheekbones, yeah. Ear shape, yeah. Let's get some big ears there because I got big ears myself. Let's mess with it. Brow ridge, yeah. Kind of make him a little mad, yeah, because he's pissed, bro. He's pissed off. I love it. I love it. We're gonna leave it just like that. Beautiful, pointy nose. What's the shimmer? Oh, is that the color? Oh, I kind of like them a bit more of a matte instead of the shiny, actually. Hair? We kind of do want some hair, don't we? Not really a lot of options for Shiva hair, huh? I'm bald, so maybe we just have to go with this. Beard? Nah, we have to go bald there, huh? Beard? Let's get like a little gray, you know? Eye color. I don't think it really matters. We just might as well just go jet black for the eye color. Face decorations. Oh. Some of these you can't really see. This looks sick. What about the actual like skin color? Yeah, there's like a purple. And there's like jet. Like kind of like jet black here. This one's a bit more like a shiny. Or is this a bit more like a... Oh, there's not really much of a difference, huh? That one's got a bit more of like a peach hue to it. And this one's more purple. I think I want to just go like jet dark. Human is a good way to start for reading Clade gift. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I know, but I'm wanting to build a Shiva Dex Mage and the Mana Regen. Yeah, human is an overall good Haven character, but in the real world, Haven, like, he's a terrible character. Blurb's broken. I guess so, Borg. Sorry about that. I don't know how it is. You always figure out that they're. Shinar Kapuri one. This one's kind of cool, and this one's pretty cool. You can't really see anything. I like having like a little bit of a design here. What in the world? It looks like I'm covered in fur. Oh, these are cool. Yeah, the Shinar Kapuri. Yeah, okay. I might have to get something like this going on. This is sick, actually. That was my favorite one just now. Sardukan Empire. They got like the little, like the 3D henna tattoos. Norveld you can't see. Andom Sith you can. Bethuerger you can't see. I think we're gonna go Shinar Kapuri 3. Yeah, that's cool. This one you see on the Tribesmen all the time. I kind of like this one, actually. Yeah, let's go this one. Go this one. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. What are you gonna name this magnificent sud? So Les had a couple of ideas because he's a mage, so I asked him. It's gonna be really, really basic, and some of you guys are probably going to judge me. Actually, I think for Haven for now, I think I'm gonna go fit. So we have a little bit of melee damage bonus. I'm gonna explain this now. So in Haven, there's not really many mobs that you can take on that are easy to take on with mage stuff. It's sometimes easier to power through it as a footy and then fix your build later. This is for my new people that are watching, that are watching both now and Twitch and in the future on YouTube. You don't get a lot of your strong, powerful spells until the main world, but Haven is a good way to like kind of take your time and figure out your binds. You know, Haven really, really is made to. You'll see. I know I was like, I hate over explaining because some people are just like, okay, just play the game. Like, yeah, I'm flag black, so it didn't have to be seen. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. But I like tattoos, so. I think so. We're gonna go fit. I was thinking still stout, just so we had a little bit more melee damage bonus, but I think fit is fine, and we're gonna just make this build work. We're gonna be able to get the clade that's not gonna be able to affect our. Like I have too many negative attributes, so we're gonna be chilling. Still got high int, high psi, so yeah, we're looking good. So let's see if this fits. Andrewski Mage Bony. Here it is. Andrewski Mage Bony. Time to grind again. Exactly. Exactly. This is technically a whole new playthrough for me because I've never played a mage before. So, yep. I think we're gonna stick with this Andrewski Mage Bony. I thought about going by a different name so people don't recognize me because
let's go! Let's go!
Oh, baby! Shit. Bro, nothing's working alert or anything. What the hell? Oh, you can hear them. Oh, wait. Can you? Hold on here. What the fuck? Yeah, wait. Did you guys hear that in stream? Appreciate the dude tech with the dude 13 months with the resub. Oh, baby. 13. I didn't hear it at all. That's fine. I'm gonna somehow have to figure this and find this out later. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird, man. Okay. Oops. Nope. All right, we're gonna hit create. Andrewski Mage Boney on the way. You the man, AZ. Tech, you the man, bro. You this.